Hey guys, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate. We're actually not in Baldur's Gate 1 anymore. We completed that last episode. So, we are now doing Siege of Dragonspear, which I'm planning to do as quickly as possible, and hopefully get that done over and done with as soon as possible, ideally. But yes, so far I've only recorded about an hour's worth of footage, and I think I'm already about a third of the way through. So maybe it'll be about 6 episodes, maybe a couple more, I don't know, or maybe I'll just end up doing one massive video towards the end, non-commentated or whatever, just to speed run through as much as I possibly can. Just forewarning, for the future of this series, with all the stuff I've done so far, I do make quite a few mistakes. Siege Dragonspear is probably the least played game that I've done, because normally, especially in solo runs, I'd normally just skip over SOD and just go straight into Funnest. And I don't really know much about Siege Dragonspear from a min-maxing perspective, so I don't really know where the best items are. I don't really know the best ways to combat the enemies and stuff like that. And I know obviously coming up, like in the future, there's a big green dragon. But yes, it's going to be interesting because, again, my knowledge of this game is completely, well, just not as thorough as BG1. And in all fairness, BG2, my knowledge isn't as thorough and in-depth as Baldur's Gate 1 as well. I mean, I know Baldur's Gate 2 is probably the one it was the one I played the most before last year, but I probably know more about Baldur's Gate 1 than I do Baldur's Gate 2. Don't know why, it's weird. Probably because I've retained more information about it, probably because I started solo playing, and all solo plays that I do start off in Baldur's Gate 1, and obviously the way I play the exact same way no matter what character. So everything I do in the series that you've watched thus far, I do in every single character. But yeah, it just depends on if my run's good, if I'm being an idiot or whatever. But yeah. So anyway, getting away from that topic, SOD. Obviously, last episode in Baldur's Gate 1 we ended it defeating Sarabot, killing him. And yeah, SOD starts off just after that, those events. So yeah, it's interesting because yeah, we are actually in the Throne of Baal temple, I'm assuming, that we were in when we defeated Sarabot, and we're just currently having a look around to see what we can find. It's basically like the prologue that leads up to SOD, while still linking into the last game, which is interesting. I like SOD from a story perspective a lot. The only problem is it's not a very solo friendly game per se, because you get points like this. Like every group of enemies we've fought thus far have, there is a lot of enemies, a lot of them. So I have to rely heavily on my amulet. Obviously, if you guys are watching SOD and haven't watched my previous videos, the amulet I got, it's basically, I call it the amulet of cheese. It's the best item pretty much in Baldur's Gate, and it kind of comes into its own even more in SOD, just because of how incredibly useful it is, because just the swarms of enemies. So yeah, my advice, if you play through Baldur's Gate 1 and are planning to do SOD, get the Gifts of the Lost One, I think it's called. Basically, it's in the carnival, there's a guy who sells it. I call it the amulet of cheese because it's just infinite fireballs, and it is infinite because if you sell the amulet back and then you buy it again, you have max charges. So yeah, and you'll notice I use this amulet a hell of a lot, and that's an understatement. I pretty much use it to initiate all my fights. But yeah, there will be a bit later on which I get super frustrated at, because obviously I'm not familiar with SOD. In a way, playing this has actually opened my eyes, and actually I've learned more playing through obviously this character than I have ever done playing SOD. I think I've only played SOD once, or maybe twice. Because, as I said, most of the time I just skip over, go into Baldur's Gate 2. Not saying SOD is a bad game, I love this, I absolutely love it, the storyline is incredible. Just one part of me always wanted to have, so there's a mod which you can install, which is Baldur's Gate 1 SOD, and then you play Baldur's Gate 2 using the same engine, well, the same, like, thing. Everything is just in one, like, I guess, launcher or whatever, which means, you know, everything.
Think carefully.
That like, oh sorry, that everything that happens obviously is still, you know, in the game, but you have access to like Kalar, have access to everyone else. I do apologise, my throat's not doing the best today. I thought I'd try and get a video out anyway. I'm just feeling a bit phlegmy. Don't worry, it's not coronavirus, I promise. But yeah, hope everyone's staying safe, obviously, throughout lockdown. Hopefully it ends soon. But yeah. To be fair, I've also noticed coming into SOD, it's not nowhere near as easy as Baldur's Gate 1. This is a lot harder. It's basically, like, in my opinion, it's like taking Durlag's Tower and turning it into a massive quest-related add-on DLC. And that's what SOD feels like. Because in all fairness, Durlag's Tower is hard. Like, it is really hard, especially as a solo character. It's not impossible to do solo. It is if you're a certain type of character. Because I know for a fact, I think you do have to have unlocked doors and whatever.
Yes.
Obviously you can cheese that using strength potions and stuff like that, I guess. But that just means you have to buy loads of strength potions, leave Durlag's Tower to go when you run out of strength potions to buy them again. It's just easy to have like a party to do one thing of every required action. But yes, but this, just to me, it feels like it's quite hard, because I'm hitting a lot, like frequently a lot less than I should be. Like if I got a to hit ratio of 1, so I should be hitting quite often. I'm still missing majority of my attacks, and they hit me quite frequently, and because there's a lot of them, if all of them land a hit on me, I'm down to half health already. That's probably the bad thing about playing a solo character for SOD. And funnily enough, I was actually really tempted on actually dual classing during SOD. Yeah, that would have been fun. That would have been the end of the run, if anything. I would have had to rely solely on using my amulet, probably using all of the charges per fight, and then, yeah, trying to get through this game. Obviously, talking about the ending of SOD, obviously because I am playing a solo character, there is one point that is unavoidable where you do have a party character put into your team. I cannot avoid that whatsoever, so for the purpose of the run, I'm just gonna leave it. It's like it's just forced upon you, so it's not gonna end the run. But yeah, I believe it's forced upon you anyway. I mean, especially if you're playing from a good perspective. If you're playing from an evil perspective, I don't know. I've never played SOD evil, but you know, who knows? We'll find out. Obviously, we won't in this series because I'm a good guy. And yes, traps are fun, especially in SOD. Again, they're a lot more violent than in BG1. Mind you, that being said, I know where all the traps are in Baldur's Gate 1, so I just typically just use resist or the protects you from magic scrolls when I know when to use them. Here I don't have a clue where traps are. Again, I've barely played this, so yeah. Obviously, you'll notice why I choose this voice. Obviously, I think I've said in the other couple of my other videos, but the reason I have this voice is because it's David Warner. And if you don't know who that is, you're crazy. It's Arenicus. But yeah, he did the voice acting in SOD for, well, a character we'll see very soon enough. And he also did a character's voice, which is the commanding voice that you get. But yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I absolutely loved it. So I've chosen to go for that voice, and only that voice, for every single male playthrough I do. And obviously I believe Jennifer Hale did do a voice as well for one of the female characters.
You did it.
I think it's Jennifer Hale, I can't remember. But she's like basically one of my favourite female voice actor, other than Laura Bailey, because she voiced my favourite companion in my favourite game, which is Bastille Shan. She's the coolest voice actor ever. And obviously Saravok's voice actor, Kevin Michael Richardson, I think his name is, by far, honestly, another one of my favourite characters ever. Obviously did Saravok, but also did my other favourite character in Knights of the Old Republic, which is Jolie Bindo. And then Laura Bailey was my other favourite female voice actor, purely because she voiced Serana, who is my favourite companion in Skyrim. Yeah. Just, it's funny how, like, companions are quite a big deal, especially in games. Like, Serana for me is just by far the best companion ever. Because of how she interacts with you throughout the Dawnguard quest, and yeah, she's there by your side if you're good or evil. If you're a vampire, cool. If you're actually a Dawnguard hunter, she aids you to stop her own father.
I guess this is it. Thank you.
The writing is decent on her behalf, I think, but her voice acting is just brilliant. But you can also turn her into a human. Like, that's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. But anyway, enough about ranting and that. Let's get back to the game.
You awake?
It's me, Emily. As you see, I literally just breezed and blitzed through. One of the things you don't want to forget is when you pick up the Cobalt Moss, talk to that lady, give her the moss, and then she'll say something about Candlekeep, whatever. Do the same dialogue options that I did, and you should end up with 3000 XP. So, yeah, it's good. Those assassins basically melted. Yeah, they were weak as anything. Imowen is unfortunately half dead, half alive, poisoned.
Let me see her.
And this is what I mean by this is Jennifer's voice acting. I'll
give you a moment to recover yourself.
I cannot listen to her voice without thinking of Bastille Shan, because even if she's got a accent on like she does with this character, with Lady Janeth, I can still hear Bastille in her voice.
What do you know of the so-called
It's brilliant. I love it.
The symbol of Kalar Argent and her cursed crusade.
I just hear it every time I listen to her speak. To be fair, in this first episode, there's not really much to talk about, other than the fact we just blitzed straight through the Throne of Baal. No, not that. Temple of Baal. Throne of Baal was a lot later, way in the future. But yeah. So, only thing I can say at this point, obviously don't forget to pick up all the items from this chest. Yes, as soon as you end the Temple of Baal thing, all of your items from your inventory get put straight into that chest. I did this, I forgot. Well, I didn't know. The first time I played SOD, I got severely screwed over because I didn't have my potions. But I just thought that's part of the game. You just lose your entire inventory and you lose all your money and blah blah blah, whatever. But yes, they are literally just there. You just pick them up. Obviously, I must not have read dialogue options. I don't know if they tell you. I can't remember. But whatever. Don't forget to pick them up, especially if you're playing. Because if you play through BG1, all your potions are in there. Those potions are life and death in this game. Mind you, that being said, there's a later point in the series that we'll get to where even the copious amounts of potions I drink don't even help me whatsoever. I think this character is literally like Shadow of Arm level powerful, and meant for a group of at least level 10 minimum characters, of 6 people. And I get wrecked quite often, quite a bit, but we'll get to that point. We'll see that in all due course of time. Obviously, because I'm solo running, we're gonna skip through most of the. I call this bit like the prologue. But yeah, so Corlage gets out again, so I end up just killing her. Should have just killed her in the temple, but you know, who knows? I could have probably let her go, if anything, but who knows? Whatever. It was good experience, I guess. It's funny though, because she turns the guards to attack each other and kill each other. But yeah, one thing as well I'm tempted on doing, because I've been on Reddit, on the Baldur's Gate, forum, Reddit, whatever, r/Baldur's Gate. It's honestly my favourite place to be at the moment. And I'm pretty sure most of you watching probably came from Reddit, so thanks for checking me out from there. I was having a good old chinwag with one of the guys on one of the forum posts. It was brilliant because between me and him, I've been inspired to try and do a Baldur's Gate 1 run of only using charm spells and see how hard or easy it can be. But yeah, if that's something you want to see, then let me know, because at the moment I'm in the process of brainstorming of how to do it, because obviously Charm Person doesn't just necessarily work on enemies, because you can actually use it on I say allies, but like neutral people, and then just get them to do the work for you, like having a temporary follower while you just sit back and do nothing. Because that's the thing, I'm not going to be able to do anything because I'm only going to be able to use charm spells. So my first initial sort of way of going about it is playing as an elf, and doing an enchanter, because charm people is using enchanting spells. But yeah,
we aren't far from the
and then because if you play as an enchanter, all enemies get a -2 to saving throws against any spells used from the enchanting school. But yeah, I think it'd be quite interesting to do. It's like a little challenge episode. Instead of obviously doing like a no reload run, it's something different. Maybe, I don't know if it's original. Might not be. I'm not really an original person, but it'd be good. It'd be fun to know, fun to do. Anyway, we lose basically SOD. You lose all your money that you save up, which is why right at the start in the prologue, in the temple bit, you can see I was buying so many restore health spells for my character, because I couldn't be asked to rest. I did rest a couple of times, but yeah, it's because you lose all your money. But good thing is I saved up all of my gems, because I didn't really need money towards the end of it. So yeah, saved up all of my gems and sold them to the guy, and now I've got 15,000 gold. So I'm not that hindered. I mean, that 15,000 gold will be gone stupidly quick once I run out of potions. And in all fairness, I do realise that I need to stack up on potions after the bit in the future, which we'll get to. We'll get to in all fair time. One of the things is I like to come up here doing this bit for him, because he does give you an amulet which you can sell. Plus also they have some enchanted gear which again you can sell for some money. So at this point in time, obviously I've got the levels, I've got the gear, because you don't lose the gear equipped to you, but you just lose everything in the inventory and you lose your money. So we got all of the good stuff from the last episode and the last series. Now all we need is your gold. So basically the entirety of this prologue is me just getting as much money as I possibly can. And yeah, it gives us an amulet of protection, which for some reason I was about to leave and I was like, oh no, I need to sell it. But yeah, it's worth 1,500 gold. We're not going to use it, we can't use it, so yeah, just let's go.
Yes.
And yeah, at this point I'm pretty much sure I think I'm done, really. I do go to the Free Songs Tavern, or whatever it's called. The Free Kegs Tavern, mixing up elf song and free kegs.
Far from here.
Yes.
But yeah,
there's a pair of Rishemi travelers
and I go in here because of the Orthelius, or whatever the guy is, the guy who loses all your money, because I wanted to do that bit. But yeah, I also realised I didn't actually initiate the dialogue with him. So for you guys who didn't know, as soon as you leave the Ducal Palace, he is there, has been attacked. I completely bypassed him completely. He didn't come and approach me whatsoever. Then I finally get him. Yeah, I don't know why I wanted to do that, but I did. Probably just to waste some time, I guess. Maybe XP. I don't know what was going through my head at the time, because that really all I need to do is just talk to Corwin and be like, I'm done, let's go and move on. but I kind of wanted to actually experience a little bit of this without just completely rushing through it and not really having a clue what is going on or whatever. Yeah, almost like a character development exercise. Anyway, for all of you guys who are new to the the channel, series, whatever, or if you have been watching me for a while, I actually have made a Reddit, and I'm going to be putting that down below in the comments. The Reddit is to do on Baldur's Gate, obviously, and yeah, I mean, it is my favourite game ever, and I mean, it's completely barren, my r/thingy-mabob. Let's see what it is. So I'm trying to find, I'm just going on my phone right now just to try and see if I can find my own Reddit.
With caution.
Don't know how you find stuff that you've already set up.
I'll see you on the morrow. Word is your friend
I think
Imo
it's like,
is mostly recovered
I think it's
from the Crusader poison.
r/Baldur's Gate
If you wanna
EE
speak
Keeper
with them.
builds.
Just remember,
Basically, I just want to start a
once you
discussion
go
with
up to your
people,
room,
just to see like what people thought about interesting characters that they can make, classes and stuff like that. But yeah, check it out if you want. So here we have the Hooded Man. I wonder who that can be. Ooh, spooky. But no, he is voiced by David Warner. If you have not guessed already, if any of you have even played through Baldur's Gate 2, you'd instantly recognise his voice. I mean, to be fair, the first time I played it, I recognised the voice, and I knew pretty much. It took me like 5 seconds to twig, because I recognised it, and I was like, oh, hang on a second, yeah, because his voice doesn't sound exactly like Irenicus. It sounds like he's aged a bit, and he has in the 20 years since the game's come out. I mean, I think actually no, this game came out like 2015, so 15 years. So you can understand his voice has probably changed a little bit. I mean, if you're watching this 15 years in the future, you'll probably notice my voice has probably changed a lot. Yeah, I don't know. Just, it happens. Changes with age. I guess the more you use your voice, the more crappier it gets. Like, no, David Warner's voice is beautiful, and it still is as beautiful as it was back then. Just Irenicus has a more of like an energetic voice, where he's got more. The Hooded Man in this has got more of like a. Just it's cool because he's got quite a evil mastermind voice. I don't know, it's brilliant. They work perfectly well. Mind you, that being said, Jennifer Hale's voice has never changed. Like, right, yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Will probably be a really abrupt cut, but apologies.
That's right.
I had something just come through. Shouldn't really matter at all on here. Hopefully, it's the voice is still in sequence with the gameplay footage. I'm hoping. If not, I apologise. But we'll probably end the video here anyway. Not here directly, we'll give it like a couple of minutes. But this is just more of like the introductory steps, the prologue of what is to come.
There you are. The caravans at the palace gate.
I'm hoping you guys are enjoyed the last series. I hope you enjoy this series. SOG is brilliant. From a story perspective, yeah, I love it. I mean, it does have more questions, in my opinion. Like, it does ask more questions than it answers. Because one of the biggest questions I had about that is to do with Kayla Argent. She is by far the most coolest NPC, antagonist, companion, good guy character. She's perceived as evil, but she's such a cool person. Her ideals, like, she's a good guy. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it off here, guys. So thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you next time. And peace out. Bye.